Imagine executing a flawless personal strategy to secure your highly prestigious royal autonomy inside a demanding fantasy landscape, finding absolute sanctuary inside your heavily structured independent command routine, only to watch your beautifully structured universe violently fracture when an unexpected, high-stakes military invasion forces you into a high-security, forced proximity political crisis under the control of a notoriously ruthless, cold-blooded crown entity. This is the breathlessly high-octane, intensely moving, and utterly addictive reality that detonates across the pages of Jennifer L. Armentrout's spectacular dark fantasy romance masterpiece, The War of Two Queens. Standing as the monumental, chart-topping fourth installment of the globally adored From Blood and Ash saga, this exceptional novel delivers an absolute triumph of the political intrigue, enemies to lovers, and dark fantasy warfare genres, making it a mandatory addition to your audiobook playlist, where every calculated half-truth, shifting dynamic, and raw midnight confession will leave you completely spellbound. The narrative masterfully traces an intricate, fast-paced game of high-intensity emotional and tactical chess told through alternating perspective points across a vast, war-torn continent. Queen Penelope, Poppy, Balfour, is hiding behind a heavily armored psychological shield of trauma-induced duty to manage the deep-seated structural family trauma of her past captivity, extreme isolation, and a desperate need to protect her kingdoms within a dangerous web of imperial politics. Her defensive walls completely shatter when her independent path crosses with her dangerous ancient counterpart, the Blood Queen Isbeth, a fiercely independent and notoriously brilliant tyrant who has built a public face around absolute internal defiance, dangerous magical prowess, and a clinical, cold-hearted focus on guarding her own deep, dark secrets. Forced into close quarters when Poppy is captured and held as the Blood Queen's chief strategic pawn, she enters a dark timeline of deep-seated mutual suspicion, sharp partner banter, and agonizingly deep mutual pining for her bonded mate, Castile Denier, behind closed, stone-walled castle doors. Armentrout masterfully structures an exceptionally new-age, rapid-fire rhythm, effortlessly layering lush, gritty fantasy atmosphere and scorching, explicit high-heat intimacy over a poignant, unblinking exploration of personal growth, identity crises, and severe underlying survival guilt. As the fractured Atlantean and Wolven factions navigate an escalating war zone of public execution threats, hidden historical tracking data left behind by ancient gods, and shifting alliances between rival primal factions, their public faces get systematically dismantled to expose a fiercely loyal, protective devotion over each other. The audiobook format breathes a thrumming, deeply intimate life into this addictive tale, utilizing a god-tier conversational narration performance that perfectly renders every low, gravelly rumble of possessive alpha dominance from gods and princes, sharp partner bickering, and breathless whisper of passion flawlessly. It is a triumphant, pulse-pounding masterpiece that redefines modern dark fantasy romance, proving that when the pristine foundations of your old life are completely smashed to ash, absolute structural surrender to your bond isn't a defeat, it's the only way to survive.